Hello and welcome to my channel Learn Tech Philo. So today I want to train you on conditional statement in Java. So let's first check whether our Java file is working well. So we'll have this is hello world. Then you'll need now to save your work. Then you click on run. Right. Then you select mini class. Select mini class. Congratulations, you see that hello world is printed out, so our file is okay. All right, now in this tutorial we'll discuss something of this sort. So you'll have to define variables here. Then we'll have something like, let's say this is what, this is int x, then this is equals to something, you can give it a value of 45. Then we'll have int y, give it a value which is 60. Right, now here you'll have now to write if, then you'll write an expression x is greater than y, you can give it an expression. Then you'll say, now here you'll have something like, you'll have now to print out, right, so you print here. After this one you'll have now to print out this is what, this is true, right? So if x is greater than y, then this is true, right? Otherwise it will print nothing, right? So you can see, so x is not, let's say, you can change this one to something else like 75. Then you save your work. So as you can see that this is x is greater than y, so it should print out what, this is true. So you click on run. Okay, it is printed out, this is true. All right, let's suppose this one is less, let's say something else like 45. So when you click on run, okay, you see nothing is printed out because we have not indicated the alternative printout. All right, now this one we'll discuss if else. Now we'll use if else to have an alternative. So let's get started. So we're going to discuss if statement, if else statement, and the if else if statement. All right, now for the if statement is the one we have indicated there. We'll have is used to specify the code block to be executed if the expression is what, if the expression is true. Then for the if else statement, it is used to specify alternative block of codes to be executed if the expression is false. So let's suppose you have this one, this is true. Then you said that nothing is printed out in this case. Now you can use else statement now to print out an alternative or to execute an alternative code block. All right, now here you'll have else, you'll include else there. Then in between here you'll have now to print out this is what, this is false. All right, then you save your work, then you click on run. Finally, this is false is printed out because x is not greater than what, than 60. So you can use, so in this tutorial you can use either comparison operators, greater than, less than, you can use not equal, equal to, and there are several. So if you never watched our video on operators, so you can check in our previous tutorials. All right, now let's see the basic terms for writing your now if statement. All right, now you'll have, Now this is what? Let's say right. Now before you write that, you can add a comment here and say that if statement or if is given, then you'll have now your expression here, you'll have your expression there, then you'll have now to write code block to be executed. Code block. So this is another comment. All right, so code block to be executed if the expression is true. If the expression is true, right? Then you'll have now to close with our curly braces. All right, now this is now the general format of writing your if else expression. All right, now and as you have seen, so we can also add something else we call else statement. So in this case here, right, so you can use else, then you'll have now case, now block of codes, code block to be executed if the expression is false. Right, now last that, then you close with a curly brace. Right, now then here you can insert a comment. This is now used for, see, so this one is just used for multi-line comment. Right, you can have something of this sort. This is just a comment. So you'll have if, then you'll have an expression. This is an expression. Then we'll have now to print out or else is used to execute a code block if the expression is false, as we have seen in our example that we have given. Right, now we can have another example to show the same for the else statement. So here you can write, this is what you can have string, then you can call it, okay, for the string eng, okay, not eng name, then you can give it a name which is what, which is hello. Right, you can give it hello. Right, now here you can have if, then you can have name, you can give it something else like John, then you can have what, you can have, okay, it says that. Right, you can have another example here. Instead of string you can have eng, this is int eng, which is, can give it something like 20. Then you can have if eng is greater than 18, then you can print out qualified for a 90, right? Then you can also have, this is else, this is else, no sorry, this, does not qualify for an ID, right? Now this is now our code block. So you can save your work, then you click on run, right? Finally, qualified for an ID is printed out because age is greater than what? Is greater than 18. Alright. Now let's use one to be something else like 16. So if you save your work and run, this statement is printed out, does not qualify for an ID because the age is less than 18. So that's a use of if else statement. Now we want to look at the last part of our tutorial today, which is if else if. All right, now this is just an advanced if else statement which is used to execute several conditions. It executes statements which are true. It executes the statement which are only true. All right, now we can have something else. We can have something here which is, let's say, we can give the general format. We can give the general format. So this says, just create this. Right, now after this you'll have something else here, like you can have a comment. You can add a comment here. You can add a comment and say that if you start with an if statement, then you'll have an expression here, expression 1. You can have expression 1. Then now just look at this. First of all, here we have if, then we'll have an expression 1. This is expression 1. Then here, in between here, the curly braces will have the code block to be executed if the expression 1 is true. Then we'll have else if. You'll have now to use else if. Then you say expression 2, whereby you'll have an code block to be executed if the expression 2 is true. Then you'll have another expression for 3. You can have as many else if blocks as you wish. So this is expression 3. Then the code block to be executed if expression 3 is true. Then finally you'll have else. You'll just use else, whereby we'll have now the code to be executed if none of the expression above is true. Alright, now let's have an example for this, and you can just delete this. This is just was just showing you how it appears. So you can delete this, and have an example here whereby you have int. You can have int age. Can give it a value which is 24. Right, then you'll have now if, then you'll have if age is greater or is greater than 20, is greater than 30, and give it a value which is what? And give a value which is, now we'll have now to print out here, which is person is mature. Person is mature. Then you'll have now here, we'll have now to use else if, whereby you'll have another expression here to say age greater than 50. Then you'll have now to print out, which is as out. You can say person is old, is old. Then you can have another expression here for else if, whereby let's say if int is greater than 20, then you can print out here, which is, you can say the person is moderate and person is required. You can have something is required here. Then we'll have finally health. We'll have now finally health. So else, then you have what? None of the hinges is true, or none of the expression above is true. All right. Now, in this case, as you can see, here we have our hint n, which is 24. So for the first expression, it says that if n is greater than 30, then the person is mature. If n is greater than 50, or you can just change your comparison operator and see how it appears. So you can also have another expression here, expression 3, which is n is greater than 20, then the person is required. Then you will have now the last part, which is expression 4, whereby you have none of the hinges is true. Right, now this is a use of else. So this is all now what we talk, we're saying if else if. All right, now let's try to run this program and see the outcome. You see, the person is required is printed out. All right, now this is what, because it's greater than 20. All right, for this expression, this one is printed out. So you have said that if else if is whereby it executes several conditions, but it prints out only the expression which is true. But if there is none, or there is no expression which is true, then the last expression is printed out. All right, now let's say for instance here we change this one to something else like equals to 20. All right, now as you can see that this one is not true, this one is not true, this one is not true. If we try to execute our codes now, let's see what is our output. Now none of the edges is true, it is printed out. You see now, so if none of these expression above is printed out, then the last expression is printed. Right, now thank you guys for watching. So that's the end of our tutorial today. Next on our tutorial we'll discuss on the use on the loops. We'll discuss loops. Also, before we go to loops, we'll discuss the switch statement. All right, now thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and share, and comment. For the description, or for the references, you can check the description part. You'll see the full tutorial there. Thank you guys, see you next.